All right, everyone, welcome back. Appreciate y'all being here today. I have what I think is going to be another interesting video for us. It is, why are so many Americans moving to Germany? Now, I'm assuming, just because when you go to click on a video, sometimes it wants to show you some things, I'm assuming it's a gentleman walking around interviewing Americans in Germany and why they moved there, but I don't know that for sure, so let's go ahead and get started on it. Why are so many Americans moving to Germany?
From Minnesota.
California.
New Jersey.
California is a very desirable state, which is where we live.
From the United States.
I'm from Kentucky.
No, it's not. I don't know anybody that wants to move to California. Just saying.
Originally in the States.
Why do you think Americans like to move to Germany so much? Why is there so many?
Oh, God.
Whenever you come to Germany, you realize how many Americans actually are here. Let's find out why so many Americans decide to move to Germany. Is it because of the work-life balance or something more?
Let's find out. Munich. Now, before we get started, if I was to move, not necessarily just to Germany, but just to Europe in general, it would be right now mainly for the culture and the history of the continent. And then I would pick which country. I'm narrowing down, but just something about the European culture and history behind it and everything that they have, it just always amazes me and it always interests me. So Germany's definitely high up there with these videos. It seems like an amazing country.
I think it's the quality of life. I think that Germany has certain laws and regulations, and they adhere to them. For example, when we got in the taxi driver said we can't put luggage in the front. In America, you can literally do whatever you want.
I think something that Americans experience when they come to different European countries, maybe especially a region like Bavaria, is there's such a clear kind of ethos or identity. There's a history, there's a culture, there's a unique dialect, unique foods, unique drinks.
Traffic and public transportation. And I guess in the umbrella of that is the social welfare in general across healthcare. And the culture really kind of allows for that. More sociability. It doesn't feel like it's dog eat dog.
There's so much to do outside.
That's a problem with the healthcare here in the U.S. and it pains me to say it because I know a lot of my family works in the healthcare and I don't want to be rude to them, but it's like I don't really trust our healthcare here. It's how can I make money off of you? It's not how can we make you better. So
Tons of time outside. Everybody's so nice here. It's easy to just talk to everybody. The food here is amazing. There's so much bio kind of food here. People just really take care of
what does that mean, BO?
I'm much more aware of how loud me and my friends are in public. That's just a habit. I like beer a lot more now. I wasn't a beer drinker before I came here, and now I'm a big beer girl.
That's fair.
Now, I will always preface when I walk into a shop or something, I'll ask, sprechen Sie English? To make sure they speak English, so I'm not assuming, everybody speaks English here.
Why do so many Americans say about this work-life balance? How big of a difference is it for you?
Yeah, it definitely exists a lot more here than in the U.S. In the U.S. it's just work. If you want to get time off, then, make sure you take what you're allowed. But here, it's just, they want to make sure that you're happy and you can actually live your life. Yeah, big difference.
Right.
Well,
That would
COVID
be nice.
changed everything. For the first time ever, people could work remotely and keep their job.
Right.
And once they started doing that, they said, well, shoot, if I'm willing to work in a different time zone, for example, my daughter works for Amazon and she's based in Seattle, but she lives in New York because they said, fine. So it's a 3-hour time difference, but she enjoys that. She gets up earlier and she has more time to herself. But you can work in Europe and have a 6-hour time difference or 8-hour time difference. So as long as your company allows you and you pay your taxes, often an international company says, yes, you can live wherever you want.
In the United States, it's
I like that.
go home.
I like that.
It's go to work, go home, go to work, go home. That's all there is. And people brag about how long it's been since they take a vacation.
It's a good one. That is a fair one.
In America, we
Going off of what she said, it was, now granted, I had a little different story, but I went on a family vacation right when I started working in 2000, I don't remember what year it was. But it was like a year after I started working. We all went on a family vacation. I went with them, and then I didn't take another legitimate family vacation, or just what you would think of as a vacation, for 8 years. Now, I used vacation days sparingly if I got sick because I didn't have sick days at work, or when I was coaching basketball, I used those days to have, if I needed to, if the school was 2 hours away that we were playing, well, I couldn't, I'd work from basically 11 hours, and then I'd be a half hour, I'd have to be home, changed, then at the school. I couldn't make it work. So it's almost a brag. Well, I haven't taken an actual vacation in a decade.
Live
Why is
to
that a
work,
brag?
and here it feels like
Once I realized how terrible that was, it changed my mind completely on everything.
we work to live. So it's nicer. Yeah, you go out and you see there's like people in the cafe. We don't really have this kind of culture in the streets. Everybody's driving, everybody's kind of in their own silo of thought. And we're usually driving to work once again. And yeah, the work-life balance here is more of the life part. And I think that as Americans, that's kind of actually what we want or need more of is that.
I would
you
love
can
that.
kind of spot an American, right? Because the stereotypical way is they're very loud. So I'm hoping, don't kill me, Americans. We can grab some guys and see what they're going to say. You good? You ready? Let's go. What do you think about the healthcare? I know, obviously, why is it so different in America? Like, a lot of people are saying about the healthcare is not the best. What's your opinion on that?
I mean, having a baby in the U.S., so if you have a C-section, it's 60,000 plus. If you have a regular delivery, it's 30,000. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
That's insane.
I know. And so I think people end up kind of, getting it written off with financial aid somehow, or a lot of people end up going into debt.
Why don't we just go to Canada?
It's absolutely
The
ridiculous.
healthcare. I don't know.
It's ridiculous how expensive our healthcare is here. I said I just don't trust the system. I haven't been to the doctor in forever. The last time I went, around it was when COVID was a thing. And I did get swabbed, but that wasn't even really a healthcare thing. That was just I did it because I worked with someone who had an immune deficiency, and I was looking out for them. Yeah, I didn't care personally about me. I was looking out for them. That's the only reason I went.
I honestly can't say anything
But I did get a week and a half off paid, so hey, I guess I did get a technical vacation then.
educated about that. I haven't had any significant, thankfully, problems with that.
Oh my God.
I really want to say this. So Obama created a healthcare disaster, and instead of just creating a healthcare program for the 22% of people who were uncovered and giving them some universal coverage, he changed everyone's healthcare. People like me who pay an enormous amount of money for private healthcare pay a lot more now for a lot less. So my benefits greatly decreased under the new Obamacare system. He burdened the system with the huge amount of bureaucracy that wastes a huge amount of the funding. So when my cousin had a bike accident in France and she broke her hand and the paramedics came, 6 of them, and took her off to the hospital and mended her, she was presented with no bill.
Yeah, I mean, I think healthcare
I'm genuinely shocked that somebody said something bad about Obamacare, honestly, because she's not wrong. It was horrible. It is horrible. I don't know. I mean, never used it. You know what I mean? I was probably an idiot for not having anything at that point in time, but I never used it.
in the U.S. is very privatized, so it's a very strange system how it grew up. How basically health insurance is provided by your employer. So unless you have that full-time employed status, seeking out your own health insurance, it can be very expensive. Now, there have been a lot of laws passed in the past decade under Obama, and then different states doing their own kind of thing that have created markets that are more affordable for individuals who aren't employed. But yeah, there certainly could be efforts to pursue more widely accessible and affordable health care.
For one, it's not horribly expensive. We don't have to pay here in Germany. Yeah, the employers pay for a lot of it, and it's automatically deducted. Whereas there in the States, it's a lot of stress to think, oh my God, I have to go to the doctor and pay for it for the next 3 years.
Well, yeah.
How different is it bringing a family in Germany compared to America? How different is it?
Oh gosh, it's so different. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So we've lived in other countries, and I think just adapting here was just it was just so easy. You know, a lot of people here speak English. Everybody's just really kind. I don't know, but going to the US, I think it's very challenging.
I wanted to find out some more information
Interesting. I mean,
about why some Americans are coming to Germany. So I thought of a great idea to go visit a USA store.
Yeah, I think so. I have many customers here, American customers, who are ex-military people, yeah, who were stationed in Augsburg or somewhere around in Germany, and they married to a German wife, and also there are big companies around here. Yeah, the international big companies, and they have employees coming from the States. They maybe stay a year or two in Germany, yeah, and they miss stuff from home, yeah.
Do you think
Good idea.
the
I like
American
it.
culture and the German culture are quite similar? It sounds all.
Yeah, it's kind of. There's some different things, yeah, but it's yeah. Germans they try to be an American.
We've had a lot of Americans ask me, what advice would you give someone wanting to move from America to Germany? A lot of Americans have asked me to ask.
Oh,
Yeah.
my advice is just do it and go for it and find a support system to help you through it. It's not the easiest, but it'll be one of the best choices that they make.
So
Thank
much.
you so
Oh, no,
much.
absolutely phenomenal
Interesting.
interview. That is absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. Absolute pleasure, man. Your tattoos are sick. Yeah, awesome. So much. I'm gonna give you my card. Massive thank you to everyone in this episode. My question to the Americans watching this is, how is life different from Germany to America? And we're going to be making the next episode next couple of weeks. And yeah, vielen Dank and ciao.
well, I'll be honest with you. I enjoyed that video. I did. The only thing that made me a little nervous is that lady couldn't answer anything about what the difference was in raising kids. Now, I know she said that they lived in different countries, but she just kind of was like, well, I just, it's just so, you know what I mean? I was like, well, just, how much better is it? You know what I mean? Like, everybody seems to say it's better, so, but that's nothing. I don't care about that kind of stuff. So I enjoyed that video. You know, I like it just from a bunch of different Americans' perspectives. The only thing I truly didn't agree with was that lady saying California was desirable. It's a pretty state, but it ain't desirable to live in. If not if you're over here in America and you see what's actually going on in it. So thank you all so much for being here. Like the video if you haven't already. Consider, subscribing to the channel. It helps me out tremendously, and it's free for you. Comment down below on some of the things that they may have touched on or they may have missed that you might know. Especially if you're an American living in Germany right now and you happen to come across this video. But thank you all so much for being here, and we'll see you on the next one.